Yeah. The Black Fundraisers podcast. This lock right here. What up, Kia?
At lock 121.
Get the check up like a physical. We get the checks and the Cheerios. Counting like chocolate cereal. We need the fun and residuals. We get the money and flip it, cause we gotta get it. We talking finances, funding and grant biz. Getting and making advances, taking chances with the hot topics. Racism, politics, non-profits. Kia Kroon, she gon' drop knowledge. Whatever you want, the pod got it. Get your facts right. Deep dive and get baptized. Black business, black life, black money, black power, black pride. And the POCs tryna see those V's like a casino. Sitting on TOP, we just spitting our POV. We gon' ride till we don't eat. We pushing the pedal, we over the limit. We never gon' settle, we been with the business. Every episode is gon' be the realest. Every week you gotta pay us a visit. Come on and hang, hot as a flame. Hating is lame, taking the aim. Changing the game, staying our lane. Breaking the chain, making it rain. Making it hurricane. Kia Kroon, now you heard the name. The Black Fundraisers podcast, that's on everything.
Hello, hello, hello out there. It is your favorite fundraiser and your favorite podcast, the Black Fundraisers podcast. Yes, I'm going to say that. And I'm going to continue saying that. And I am joined by someone who I think has made one of the most significant contributions to the sector and the culture in a big way, in such a way that I said, oh my goodness, she has got to be a guest on the Black Fundraisers podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Sade Dozan, the founder of Melanate. Welcome, beauty. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing wonderful. I want your introduction to me to be a part of my ringtone. I think that that's the way we go.
I think that that's the way to go too. I think that that might be the way to go too, because you deserve all of the things. So I want to go right into it. You wrote a blog post, and because I spend time on LinkedIn, I'm nosy. I click on stuff. I'm social. I engage with people. I know, I don't know. I do all the things. I came across this blog post that just really made me stop everything I was doing. The title of the blog post was "To the Young Black Fundraiser," and I'm just going to stop there. I think I'm not going to stop there. I think what struck me, what had me at hello, was just the first few words in which you said, please don't leave. And I was like, oh my goodness, somebody sees me and feels me. Talk to me. Talk to the good people out there. Let's talk about this blog post.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I wanted to write something that was what I needed to hear 10, 15, 20 years ago. I've been in this fundraising game for a minute, and I have at so many points in my career been like, why am I even here? Why am I even doing this? And I needed to hear, don't leave. I needed to hear that our ancestors have done this for generations and that you are a part of the legacy. So That's how I wrote. Yeah.
You sure did. Did you ever write it? I love that, because 15 years ago, it was, I felt like I was on the rough side of the mountain. Still feel like I'm on the rough side of the mountains at times, but it's not as rough, because these days, as a Black woman fundraiser, having my own firm, the global firm, Kia Kroon Fundraising and Philanthropy, where I'm able to liberate myself, work with co-conspirators that I want to work with, and really harness my creative strengths, that looks a lot different now than it looked when I was in market and working for organizations. So it was a storied kind of love-hate relationship that I felt that I'd been in that was abusive a lot of the time. So this blog post resonated strongly with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. I've heard so many stories that are reflective of mine and yours that folks were like, I'm the only person that looks like me. I'm the only person that sounds like me. And I'm working in an environment that is not designed for me. And sometimes, often, like against me, actually. Like it is hard being Black in development. The way that we navigate through philanthropy is much different than experiences that other folks do. And it does not mean that we don't deserve to be here. It doesn't mean that Black women shouldn't be in charge. It actually means that the system needs to change. And that's part of it, is that
Almost
we need to
definitely.
shift it. Yeah.
Why is it so hard?
Racism, the idea, everything leads back to racism. The idea that Black women are some of the most educated groups. They're some of the most groups that have done the work and have been at the center of philanthropy for long before we had this sort of idea around trust-based philanthropy and all of the things that we've named. Black women have been doing the work intrinsically, and the idea of trusting Black women with dollars and trusting Black women to lead feels like something that the sector hasn't quite gotten a hold of yet.
Right. I agree. I agree because for a long time, I'm going to be honest with you, until I really started doing the things that the sector tells us to do, like become a member of AFP, become a member of this association, of that association. And it's never the Black affinity organizations or the people of color affinity organizations. It's always the mainstays that we hear about, right? Even when I navigated in spaces like that, like I remember my first encounter with, and I'm involved, engaged, and supportive of AFP because of my belief in what AFP is saying with regard to its values around inclusion, diversity, equity, and access, right? You know, the acronym IDEA, right? Prior to that, especially 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you know, I felt like kind of a lone ranger in like a wild, wild west where I wasn't holding none of the guns. You know, it was very much like, okay, so this is what we do in this space. The people that have the rug and the mic never look like me. They never communicate like me. The slightest degree of individuality was strongly discouraged. Like how I wear my hair now, I would have been unemployed back then. In some ways, I could be unemployed right now. I mean, like, I don't want to propagate that, you know, there's this inclusive utopia. All I'm simply trying to say is it was overwhelmingly white, and overwhelmingly was I made to feel, and other people that look like me made to feel like, you know, we didn't necessarily have the education, the gravitas. Nobody was talking about lived experience. That wasn't even a thing. It was, okay, you're here. This is how we do this. And it's over your head. So you need to learn. This is what we do. This is how it is.
Yeah. I mean, the nonprofit sector definitely deals with significant underrepresentation and marginalization of Black women. It's not a secret. 20 years ago today, there, especially within resource building roles, there's still this like persistence of the idea around professionalism, the idea around deservingness and whether or not you should be here. And Black women in particular are constantly in this place where they have to prove themselves and go above and beyond and be more than they necessarily needed to be. And I'm focusing on Black women for a reason. And I've got a little bit of slack around it. But the reason
No.
yeah.
You're welcome here and you're in good company. Our targeted demographic is Black fundraisers. And, you know, sometimes I get flack and, you know, I'm POC. BIPOC is not a term that I really like to use, but I use it sometimes. I feel like there's some anti-Blackness at times when that is used. Because I tend to believe that when this country gets it right for Black people, Black women, especially in particular, because I feel like the anti-Blackness, although brothers experience it, there's something that feels more pronounced when it comes to Black women. I don't necessarily know why that is or why I just know that it's a feeling. So when you say that you're concentrating or targeting this message to Black women, that's welcome because Black women listen to and watch this podcast and consume this content.
Well, the reason why the reason why I'm targeting Black women and really focusing on highlighting them is because of the intersectionality of some of the barriers that we're facing, right? Like we've got a gender issue here, we've got racial justice issues here. Like when we think about the way that philanthropy is set up and this idea around like, you know, equity as being more than just a buzzword, it's definitely the concentration with Black women at the epicenter. And if we can trust folks with the funds and we can actually trust folks to do the core work that they know intrinsically to do, then our sector would be a lot better off for it. Black women in leadership is really the goal there.
No, I agree. And to have more Black women in leadership in these spaces would have what I believe would be some transformative impact. Not just for Black people, for everybody, right? But I'm certain Black people doing this work, that might give somebody trepidation, right? To say, oh, you know, no. If you can get it right with this community, I promise, I believe in my heart of hearts that everybody's needs will get met. And that's just the way that I see it. But I know I digress. I want to get back to your letter. You said in the letter, thank you. As you navigate the complexities of what it means to be Black, I'm quoting from your blog post. I need to say thank you. Thank you for daring to do this. I see you. I want to tell you, Sade, that I felt really very seen. The younger version of me and, you know, the 40-ish, over 40 version of me, I felt seen. I felt like it spoke to the younger person, the woman that sits here before you today. And unfortunately, the 50-ish version of me, should I still be endeavoring to do this work when I go up the hill a little more and hit that milestone, right? I'd love to, you know, just hear your thoughts about that. You know, you thank us. You say don't leave. Why?
Because in order to change a system, we need to actively be involved in disrupting it. And if we are gone, then what else is left? So when I say don't leave, I say do not leave this fight. Do not leave your worth behind. Like, make sure that you are steadfast in the understanding that you are deserving of occupying space and changing the spaces that you are in. So that's part of it, is that don't leave. Thank you for being here. And also stay, fight, move. I also talk a little bit in there about the idea of like safety. I don't come into this with like an understanding or thought that, you know, everything will work out. I think that you need to be safe in the environments that you are in. And as you're working in philanthropy and working in fundraising, to make sure that you figure out what your own internal audit is of what you are willing to do and where you are willing to go and how far you're willing to fight. That's your own kind of process within it. But we have to change the systems that we're working in, and we need to be in them to do it.
Yeah, this is really, really rich to me. It's so many things, and I am going to share for folks that are going to get this replay. I'm actually going to share. This won't go to the general public. Can't post to some destinations. It will. Some folks will be able to pick it up, like the YouTube viewers, people viewing on Facebook. I'm hoping people viewing on LinkedIn may be able to pull it up. But in any event, I'm going to put it in the show notes. A couple of things I want to quickly point out here. You refer to the Young Black Fundraiser as more than a fundraiser, as a torchbearer. I'm quoting you again. You say, carry the torch lit by those who understood the profound impact of collective action. Let the drumbeat resonate, forge connections, break barriers, and know that sometimes just showing up is being powerful. If I had a church right now, I say, you know, what a Black Baptist pastor might have said. How many know that showing up matters? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get an amen? You go on to give some jewels or gems of wisdom for the young fundraiser. Things that I would concur have really helped to ground me during those moments when I thought about getting the hell out of this work, right? You say, center joy, find community, and keep innovating. I'd love for you to speak to what I believe is words of wisdom, but also a strategy for folks that like this work and want to do this work, even amid a current of racism, anti-Blackness. Talk about these three tenets you share.
Yeah. I mean, I truly believe that we have to find the why of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And part of it is centering, like, you know, like, they're not going to steal my joy, like that. Like, that is the true statement. Don't let them rob your joy. Understand that you are bigger than this moment. Like, that is real. And oftentimes, especially for fundraisers, we live in very high stress, deep mission oriented spaces. And sometimes removing yourself from that situation and saying, I exist as a whole human and I'm centering what brings me joy and peace, regardless of the moment, is something that is so precious to us as we navigate the space. Also, like, find your people, like, figure out who's with you and who's not with you, and make sure that you keep the folks, your counsel, your advisors, your group of people close, and build that sort of supportive community is like important for you know, being a whole human. And, you know, Black folk innovate. Black folk create things that people didn't even know existed until they didn't even know they needed it until it was invented.
Hello. Hello.
You know,
Right?
challenging things in the space. And that's part of the fight, right? Is that, you think that this is the only way to do it. Let me lead and show you these other ways that it can be done. And that is
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I think we lost the last part of what you shared. Do you mind repeating?
Yeah, I was just saying
Look, it might be my internet acting up. I'm sure
it might be. I was just saying.
I'm sure it is my internet acting up.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think I lost you.
This is what happens when you're with
No, it's okay.
This is what happens when, I'm not sure about this internet service provider. Sade,
Yes.
I think I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you since we're having the internet is acting a fool, okay, over here. You with me?
I am with you. Are you able to hear me?
Uh-oh. Well, Sade, yeah, my internet, I don't know what's going on today. I don't know where I'm living at with, this internet doing what it's doing. But I just want to thank you for your time today. And I'm going to share this blog post with the community so that folks can read this beautiful letter that you've written to the Young Black Fundraiser. Thank you so much for your time. And just like that, we are out of here.
You in a position very few people have been in. Now we on the money mission. We on the money mission. If they didn't listen, then they didn't have the vision. Cool, we on the money mission. We on the money mission. Get your money up, money up, money up, money up, money up. Get your money up, money up, money up, money up, money up. Get your money up, money up, money up, money up, money up. Get your